So I'm Karen Thompson of Thompson's Border Collies. That's my website, thompsonsbordercollies.com. I've been raising and training border collies, sheepdogs for 40 years. And here we got some brave people. Like I said, it's awfully hot, so I'm not going to move the stock around any more than necessary. And I'm keeping the dogs at the trailer until I'm ready to actually start moving stock. So they're not out here, because once they get out here, they're very focused on that. They know what they're going to do, and they're just anticipating it. In this heat, they don't need to be doing that. So this is a family here. Last year, I met them at this Celtic festival, and they got a son of Nick out of imported Jan. So again, the Border Collies originated on the borderlines of Scotland and England, hence the name Border. Collie in Gaelic means working. They've been bred initially primarily to work livestock. Now I tell people I think we've got three groups of Border Collies. You got the show Border Collie for the breed ring, and then you've got what I learned a new word this year, the Sporter Collie. And they're the ones that 4 or 5 generations bred exclusively for sports. And me, I just do the sheepdogs. But I have dogs that have excelled in all venues: agility, fly ball, search and rescue, obedience, just about anything you can come up with, nose work, they've excelled in it. And what I am finding out is some of the top agility people seem to be going back to the exclusive sheepdog lines. All my dogs are imported from overseas. The female I'll be working, Jill, it just came into the country from Wales August the 8th. I picked her up in Dulles and got her to the farm later on that night. So this will make the 9th or 10th time I've worked her. So another thing I like to point out, they come in 2 varieties. Was told early, somebody said to them that their dog wasn't a Border Collie because it was short-haired. He finally convinced them they do. They come short-haired, which is called smooth-coated. That's Oreo. In fact, his sire and mother's smooth-coated, as well as imported Jill. But I do have rough quotes. One of my dogs, Jimmy, is a 2013 Welsh Sheepdog Champion. In 2013, as I said, and he's at home at the farm. So again, they come black and white. They come black and white tri, red and white tri, blue merle, red merle. I've never owned a merle. But anyway, the ears are prick, tip, flop, whichever way. I want 2 on top of their head, hearing well. I breed for the pedigree, working ability, soundness of body and mind. Then when they come into the country, I do their hips and the genetic testing. I do sell to pet homes, but it's the right puppy for the right family. And I did tell people, if you survive the first 18 months, you'll be okay. And you can certainly ask these people how it is to live with a Border Collie. Because I tried to discourage them. So anything they say, I'm going to say, well, my dogs can chill out, because to be a sheepdog, you really have to have the ability to be quiet. A nervous dog, high-strung dog, really excites sheep. You can get by it with cattle, you can get by it with goats and some of the other livestock, but you cannot get by with it on sheep without there being a wreck. The dogs I'm working, again, is imported Mick. He came into the country in Wales 5 years ago. His sire is a Supreme International Trial Champion, and he's from a long lineage of sheepdogs and trial winners. Again, imported Jill, just came into the country. She's a trial winner and a farm dog from a long line of sheepdogs. I've also wrangled on movies for 33 years. And I have to have a sound up. Wrangling is they hire me, my livestock, and my dog to put the livestock anywhere anybody wants it. The director tells me to do whatever. And I have to say, my dogs have never made a bad step. They've never gripped the stock. They've never spooked. they've never not got the job done. Even with, I think, on Revolution in Wilmington, North Carolina, they did 21 takes of a scene, and my dogs never, ever quit. So there's a real pride in that, and it means that, number one, they're very well trained to do what they do instinctively, and that's one of the primary things that I try to get across here. This is an instinctive behavior. It's not a learned behavior. I'm not saying you couldn't get a beagle to go clockwise and counterclockwise and walk up on stock. It will not be a stock dog. It will not be a sheepdog. They innately know what to do because we're talking about years and years and generations of doing this. We say this dog is kind to the sheep. The stock like this dog. They learn to trust this dog because they know that they're going to lead them to food, and yeah, they may lead them where they're going to have to get vaccinated or something, but they learn to trust the dog, which is very important. So, using a pool analogy, I am the cue stick. My dogs are the cue balls, and the livestock are the colored balls. So as I command that dog, and there's only about a half a dozen commands, because it's come by, which is clockwise, counterclockwise, way to me. There is at any point in that rotation, stop, turn in, walk up, look back, that'll do, come off, and I do have a hit. And on the command hit, they will nip the nose. If the stock gets contrary, they're going to be authoritative. But my dogs don't draw blood. And we do have a lot of novice people coming into the farm to train. And what I do see happening is they're a combination of sports, genetics, and sheepdogs. So I have noticed they want to grip, and the people that train on the main farm I live, because I no longer do that, I'll be glad to give you free advice, but I tell the people when they come, not here for your dog to abuse my stock. If you can't control that dog, if it's anxious and it goes into grip, you better be able to drop it, or you better be able to call it off. You just don't let them go in. This is not Border Collie TV for you to abuse my livestock. And I've worked birds and everything else. On John Adams, I spent a whole day getting well paid to keep chickens under a tree. I said, I'm a chicken wrangler today. I put my hat on backwards, I said, or sideways. I said, yeah, I'm wrangling chickens. But they pay me a lot of money to do this. But anyway, two categories of herding dogs that are bred instinctively to do. There's those that will nip the heels and drive the stock off. Then you've got those that outrun and bring it to you. The Border Collie is a superior dog, bringing it to you, and I'll try to demonstrate for you. I want to see a young dog when I take it into a small area, under control, and I have dead broke stock, and I'm going to be right there making sure that youngster does not do anything abusive. But I want to see he or she, if they're on my left, cast around. I walk back, they bring it to me. I move to my right, the dog should move, the youngster should move to its right. This is called balance. Now, if you want to go down like a bowling ball and split them, I don't like that. Either I'm going to say you're not ready, so when I take that youngster in, I want that tail dropped between its legs, almost looking like it's afraid. It's right in there, concentrating. I want to see that behavior. The Border Collie is the only breed, with the exception, Kelpies have Border Collie in them, that have the hypnotic eye, and it's that stare that mesmerizes. So you better back off. You better back off. You don't back off, yep, you might regret that. So, but again, all of them have a hit command. You hit, and it'll be a pop, and that's it. Oh, I think I will go down that chute. Now, Mick has never drawn blood, but on sheep he's a bit kinder because they move better. But I swear to God, he loves working goats because goats have an attitude. They always get that on. make my day. And he's right there. You'll see this. You'll get right on, like almost like he's trying to step on their toes. Like, I'm gonna push you till you're gonna try to butt me, and then my mama is gonna be okay with me taking a pop on your nose. Every now and again you have one that's not too bright. They're gonna test the dog. So again, I've done this for 40 years, and I'm 72, so I don't have as much stock. Where I used to have over 300 sheep, 80-some goats, all kinds of birds, and I basically handled it by myself with my dogs. And now it's more that I backed off, got people living on the main farm that do trial and do things, and we're like-minded and like-hearted as far as the passion for these good working dogs. So again, Jill and another dog, Jet, came in August the 8th. I've also bought a new male that'll be coming in that's highly bred. He's trained. Like I said, I start Border Collies Anonymous next week. So I've got to get over this addiction. Some people take trips. Some people buy clothes. I just canceled my Mercedes order. But this dog will be coming in on the 15th. And I've been trying to get this one bloodline for probably about 5 years. So I'm very excited about Glenn. That'll be coming into the farm. So, okay, I'm going to go over. I do have goats. One started limping this morning, so I'm going to be very kind to him, try to keep him at a walk. I checked the stifle, checked everything, can't really find anything. But we do have a vet that trains at the farm, so he will be checked. So I just want to tell you, when you see it's a little gimpy, but I'm gimpy in the morning. You ought to see me when I try to get up and walk. All right, I'm going to start out with Mick. I'll let the sheep out first. Start with Mick. No, yes, with Mick.